So, been a bit of a time. So I've been busy as usual, and quite a lot to say at the minute. And I'll go through each and every part. So the big fin is, well, the bright pink fin. What do I go with first? Yeah, let's go with the pink fin. So the pink one, I got my silicone and, well, still got a bit left. And I've got another bottle of this, so that was 177 quid. I've used that nearly that bottle, so that's about 75 quid. And I've taken a mould of essentially I made a plug, built a wall, which is the same wall there around this, siliconed it on the outside with caulking, and then poured it and got a negative. Essentially you've seen that with the Paradigm Dalek, so just that, but smaller diameter, so 100mm ones. So yeah, and I got some cheaper silicone this time, ones that I've used in the past, and that'll be just 4 hemispheres. You know, you get the idea. I've done that many now. So they'll be fiberglass, and they'll be actually moulded into the skirt when I apply them. That means that, what's the word? I'll have to paint them by hand, rather than having one and spraying it like that on a stalk and then leave it to the side. I'll have to mask around the skirt when spraying them. Just makes it easier on me because I'm fed up with them rattling, they break easily. I'm always afraid of the bolts, if they're not glued in right, even though I've used loads of resin. And weight as well, that's another thing. Want them to be as light as possible because we're sitting down in them. So yeah, they'll be hollow and they'll be attached onto the fin and then fiberglassed on the inside so they're fused to the skirt. This is Imperial's plunger, but there's going to be a change. So if I show, this is, like I say, done to the plans, but these ones have more 45-degree angles and it's one solid piece. Now, I want to do, I wanted to take a mould, but I don't think that's going to be possible because of the way this is done. It is possible, but not by my experience. So I've now changed. I've currently got this bit at the bottom here, printing. I'm waiting for 11 hours for that. But I've currently got this. I've changed it because these have been known to get damaged really easily due to how sharp they are. So I thought, right, I'm going to do another version. And it is wrong what I've done. It shows on the plans that they're 45 degrees, but they're not actually, if you look at the props. So I've currently got the cone section with the slots. And I've also rounded the edges with a fillet design. This one has a, so when the other one goes together, and a hole for it to go on the stock. And the other one will match up like a Lego piece, and then that'll get glued. I'll have a video on that later because I'm waiting for it to do the other half. And like I say, this is a lot more less angled. They're not 45 degrees, they are 180 degrees rather than, if I get the old one. Because it did happen one time on one of my Daleks, they did get damaged, and then it only has 2 cones, and that's Imperial J currently. And if we zoom in on this, you can see they're 45 degrees. So the thing is, so if you have them less tapered, like this one, it means you've got more material, so it won't damage as much. Whereas these come in at an angle, they become very delicate, so I didn't want that anymore. It means these have gotten a little smaller, but they're still big enough to fit around a, to sit flush basically to a 30mm tube. So this will still be used. This is Imperial's, no point getting rid of it. It's a tiny little detail. But Imperial's plunger and eye stalk are going to be different from the others. To say what I mean by the eye stalk, the discs. So as you can see, I printed mine in 2 halves. Now, this isn't correct. They're meant to angle as they get towards the back, and one angles this way, as in the tops. So as you can see, they're pretty flat if we focus, the tops of them are very, very flat. Whereas what they should look like, so that's a back one, this is a back one as well, what I've just shown. If you have a look at this version, you can ever so slightly see that it angles up. And of course, and there's the back. I've done them in 2 halves like this, so when I go to take a mould, they can lay flat. But that's essentially what it will look like once done. And for the others, the biggest one actually is flat. The one at the back, so that's right. I only have to make 2 versions. So I've got this version and this version, which is alright, because there's 2 of these, one at the front, one at the back. So that's more or less, that's one done, so thank God for that. I've just got to print the back one for this, and print the middle one. So yeah, I will be making a mould of the eyeball though. I am going to do that because, like I say, they sit at the top of a Dalek, too much sunlight, and it happened on Imp 1J, and I still need to find his old eye stock because it's getting used as a prop in the 2nd episode, so it'll be making another appearance. The pupil, the pupils are coming out lovely, and then when they get put on the Dalek itself, it just looks like an Imperial Dalek. I'm really, really proud of it. To say it's just plastic, and yeah, I might not have done it by hand, but I have had to smooth it out and sand it and everything to get that really glossy look. But yeah, that's Imp 1's eye, apart from this, because like I say, I'll take a mould and then there'll be a resin one. But that's essentially what the eye stocks are going to look like. You've seen this already from the other videos. So that's that. And the big one that I've been waiting to show off all this time, because I am so chuffed, and I do have a YouTuber to thank for this. I have done this by myself, built it by hand. So far, here we have Imp A's gun. Did I call that Imp 1? I hope I didn't. It's A, B and C. You get the idea, A, B, C. I'm not doing numbers. So yeah, Imp A's gun here. And I'm really, really chuffed. I'll even show the front, because the stalks on this are perfect. Well, in my eyes, the way they're all positioned. And so you're noticing one big difference. We need some light because this kitchen's not good. I need some lighting, which is all going to be happening soon, very soon. So you're noticing the tube looks a little thinner. Now it is a 25mm stalk, as you did see, but what I've done is I've added a 22mm because I couldn't get a 24. I've then thickened it up with a bit of tape and then slotted it in and glued. What this acts as is, as I mentioned, I've put a wooden dowel in here for these. So when I drill in, which you're not meant to, because normally they have mechanics, but the Imperials don't, so I can get away with this. That's what the collars are there for. Essentially, on classic Dalek guns, the spokes would only be attached to these collars being about 1 or 2 mil thick. Not enough material because they do get damaged quite a lot on if you look at behind the scenes pictures, because essentially there's no support, unlike the 60s where they have the perspex discs in the centre. So what I've done is I've added, as in like here at the bottom with the wooden dowel, I thought I'll do the same here, but I need it of course to be hollow. It needs to look hollow, like as if a laser will come out. So it is completely more or less blocked up. There is no light coming through, as you can see. But then I'm waiting for another tube that will then slot down in there. So these don't actually push in, because these have got holes, each one of these. I used a 3D jig that I made in order to do it. My drill press that I had to get back out, but I need a new one because that one has rusted, and it's about time I got a new one anyway. And yeah, so the person that I need to thank for this, for the collars that is, because I asked where did he get his, the person in name is, don't know if I can say his name, but the channel is Tardis Treasures, or Screaming Paintbrush. I'm friends with him on Facebook, of course, but if you're enjoying my Imperial Dalek, please, I'll leave a link anyway, please check his Imperial Dalek, because his Imperial was spot on. He did so much research. His engineering skills is so much better than mine, far better. And I couldn't have done it without him, without these collars. I reached out to him. Like I say, I'm on Facebook with him. We talk a lot on Facebook, as we're on a Dalek Builders page with other Dalek nutters. And I just asked him, I'm going for a full metal gun. What, apart from the tape and the when the ball's done, that'll be 3D print. But I said I'm going for a full metal Dalek, full metal gun, which I've never done before. Where did you get the collars from? Because I need that, because on my 3D print one, yeah, I could have 3D printed, but when you put tension on this, they like to split apart because it's essentially just layers glued together by heat. As soon as there's tension, they like to break, because it's not strong at the end of the day. It's 3D filament. So I said I need metal. What did you do for yours? Because mine is now in scale. The body is a lot bigger, but the appendages are in scale to the actual plans. So he gave me the link, and yeah. So I'm not really great at shout outs and everything, but yeah, if you, like I say, if you're liking my Dalek and you're wanting to know what it's going to look like as in a real prop in 4K today, check his channel out, because he did one and he's currently doing a Death Zone Dalek. So that's Tardis Treasures, or Screaming Paintbrush is the other channel, but I think he's moved everything over to the Tardis one now. But it's all there. So he's got, it's an episodic thing. So the gun, if you check out his gun episode, which I probably will leave that one to give you an idea, and his main channel for the help on this. Because like I say, I could not have done it without him, and I'll keep holding it. I am just blown away. The other Dalek did look good, but it, like I say, it had 3D filament and it wasn't metal. But yeah, I'm so chuffed with that. So that's more or less it. I have an idea in my head. I never have a script. I just go off from what I'm thinking. But yeah, a lot of things. It's starting to amp up again on the Imperials. I've been very busy, like I say, making videos, doing this, that and the other. Cleaning out my room, because I am making that into a studio now. So we won't be in the kitchen anymore for much longer. We'll actually be in the bedroom. So an actual desk and everything like that. But yeah, that is essentially the Imperial still going off strong. Imp A's Gun Eye and Plunger, but they will be redone for the other ones, like I say. And I'm on with the discs, and I'm waiting currently for about another 10 hours just for the end cap of the Plunger, and then I'll see what they look like. But I hope this has been informative as usual. Hope I haven't rambled, and yeah. You know me. Oh, another thing, before I forget, that is a good song. I did mention about the review of the 2 movies that I went to see with Rachel. It is coming. It was going to be this month, but like I say, due to my room taking a bit of time and I need to get quite a bit of resources because of how I want it to be set up. I want to have, you know, lights, a green screen behind me, you know, everything like that. It will be next month. August the 16th when I do that. So didn't want to make anyone think, oh, he's promised something and it's not coming. It is coming, but not this month. It's been delayed. It'll be next month, for anyone who was wondering on that. But yeah, anyway, I'm going. I need to edit this video now because I've got a lot going off, and I'll see you all soon.